There we go.
Nice
All
break.
right.
Cue ball's going slow up there though.
All right. So, looks like Mr. Kiamco has a little bit of a nerve tester here, although he really should pocket this ball. I don't think he has another shot besides the 12 ball on the rail. But do you see anything?
Did you just call him Kiamco?
Is that it, Kiamco?
Kiamco.
Yeah, Kiamco.
That's okay. We can call him
Silva.
bunch of different names.
We can call him Warren, and we don't have to worry about it. All right.
Good shot.
Good shot.
Made it look easy, huh?
Yes, he did. Now, he clearly did not want to play a combination here.
You mean right here? There's a ball out there, a good break ball already. Those balls over by the rail and the side pocket on the left side looks like the most important thing to figure out here pretty soon. And the ball's in the middle too. I mean, it's all a matter of shot selection. But right here, he's only got one good clear shot up in the corner. And nothing if he does a stop shot except for his break ball. So he's got to do something here. One for the stop shot, so he's going to make that break shot I was talking about. Maybe manufacture a break ball. Unless that little ball out to the left, the bottom side of the rack, that could be a break shot, I'm not sure. I need an operator here to answer the phone.
Me too. Yeah.
Diamond Billiards, how may I help you?
Well, we are at Diamond Billiards, and they're located on Midlothian Pike. It's a beautiful room, and they have really an outstanding menu.
Yeah, that dinner I just had was unbelievable. Well, it was a nice little breakout. Now he's got to focus on the side rail issues.
So, what would you do from here, Max?
Well, he's got a chance to break it up now with this shot that he's looking at. Getting rid of a potential break ball. That's what I'd be looking at, something like that in that way that he did. Now he still has those two balls clustered that he has to get to. That solved the problem.
That's the 10 and the 2.
Mm-hmm. Can we expand this? There you go. All right. I've got some color. You could go straight up off the end rail right now. Right into that 10 ball. Off the 2 ball here.
So it really appears to me, Max, that Warren is struggling through the rack quite a bit. He has one break shot, which is the ball at the bottom.
Potentially that ball, the strike ball near the side rail, that 14 it looks like. That could be a break ball if he got close to the rail.
Yes.
But first he has to clear that 15 ball out. The 9 ball could be a break shot. Cut it inside and go 2 rails underneath the stack. Oh no, that's the cue ball. I'm looking at the cue ball. I thought that was the 9.
Okay, so I don't really understand what the pattern is here,
Yeah.
because the only ball he has now is a 2-shot. Is the ball on the bottom rail, which I believe is the 4 ball. He's standing directly in front of it, so somehow he will have to get back to that shot. So we were nearing the end of our round robin part of the format, and I believe the 7 o'clock matches will start the double elimination format. We'll be down to 24 players at that point.
Mm-hmm. And then how many players tomorrow? 8 maybe?
It's 8 players tomorrow, and
Okay.
the finals will be at 7 p.m.
Oh, going to end relatively early. A lot of good pool tomorrow and tonight. We can just play this like one pocket, just draw back 6 inches, shoot that both stripes in this corner, and then float down for an angle. And the ball down here is the break ball.
That would appear to be the only option he has.
Yeah. He looks so relaxed when he's playing.
Well, obviously, he's pondering what to do here. And unless he gets a position and an angle. Oh, so he's going to use the side pocket ball
Yeah.
to break him. Okay, so he'll draw off the rail and use the ball near the side pocket to break the rack, which now is, if it's not extremely difficult, it's surely not very easy.
Not too far, I think. Now he's got a thin angle. You can't go to the
They're going to put the
side rail.
score up. The correct score will be put up in a minute. Then we'll correct the score.
Difficult to
No, he's got 19 and 14.
cut it, draw to the end rail, and then get a good back up into the rack. He's got to use a lot of low left.
So
I don't even know if he can do this now. It's so way too thin. He might just make it and then play safe. Just make it in the corner. Oh, that was nice. Okay, so he improvised. Angle was way too much, so he look at this. He has a chance for a break ball down here. Just hold the cue ball there. This rack expected to explode pretty good.
he was very fortunate that ball decided to fall.
This is like the dream break shot right here.
So do you try to go through the balls here or off the balls?
I could try going over the top like that and then get stuck. Maybe they weren't either frozen or the angle he went in wasn't that as good. Or maybe she just gone into the pocket of that little cluster instead of the tight stack, but it just didn't work out.
Thank you, Maggie.
Do you like approaching that one a different way, Michael?
I think I don't know that I had a better option. I think that Warren's game is naturally a pretty soft hit and a finesse game, and I really think when it comes to powering through the racks that his stroke is really not naturally going to do that. So, I mean, you, Max, have a powerful stroke. I don't think your stroke or Torsten Holmans or many of the players here would not have any trouble going through that pack. But I think he just hit him too soft.
I think he expected more out of it. Also, I think he can hit it
Expected
hard
more
when
of
he
him
needs
to
to
break
but
apart.
He expected more with the speed that he applied, and he just didn't get it.
Well, he's certainly having to shoot his way out of a lot of situations.
I should have seen the shots Dennis was pulling off on me. Just fantastic shots up the table. And he runs the balls nice too. He just got in a few spots where he had to make great shots, and he did every time. Well, he's got out of that trap.
All right, so now we're going to try to figure out. Max is going to try to figure out what he would do from here, since he's doing this much more advanced than mine.
Pick off that 5. Open up the break shot.
Would you have cleared that ball off that rail while you were so close to it?
Maybe. I don't know if he had the angle to stay there near the rail at that moment. It wouldn't have been a priority if there was another real bad problem, but it's nice to get rid of that ball for sure.
Yeah, I don't understand exactly why he would leave that ball. It doesn't position him for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to have to work his way back over there to get it off the table. So we're talking about the ball on the far rail toward the top.
Maybe that's
top
the
of the
ball.
table.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, it might be actually if he comes behind the 2 balls on the our right hand side of, we're watching the monitor, on our right hand side of the rack, then the ball on the rail could be his key ball. He's pretty far. He didn't want any of that business. So he's probably gonna have to shoot the 3 from here unless he clears the ball that's on the rail now.
That's the 3, yeah. He'll probably get that 3, then get the ball off the rail, and then come across with the 8, and then make that ball across the side and follow up for the break shot.
So he really has to consider strongly shooting the 3 ball here, because if he doesn't get it out now, he may never get it out, and then he's just going to be stuck. I mean, he could clear the rest of the balls off the table, and that'll be the end of his run. So if he's intent on continuing, this ball seems to be really his only logical shot. So he's in good shape now. I mean, he will use the ball in the rail as his key ball, as he did last time. And it's an unusual way to set up for straight ball.
It makes a little bit of sense because it's on the same side of the table.
Yes.
Right? As long as you get the right angle on it. It could be perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. That makes perfect sense from what's on the table.
Right.
So he'll just draw over and try and keep a little bit of an angle on the ball on the side rail. And just want to bounce a little bit, and that's perfect.
Yep.
So all he needs to do now is pocket this, a little bit of draw, and he'll spin right off the rail and toward the center of the table.
Too soft.
Yeah, he left himself a much wider angle than he would like, but it's still a makeable shot, and he's still going to have to shoot it.
Anytime the ball is right there, real high in the rack, close to the rack, you want to be right around the middle of the table, I think. That was a mistake I made a lot when I was younger, straight pool player. I'd play for angles like that on that particular break shot. And it's always too much of a cut. Not that he was playing for that, he might have just hit it too soft. But once you realize you want to be at the center of the table, you have to try a little harder to get over there. But he had plenty of angle to do it. I think he was just trying not to go too far. Maybe.
What? And I think the other factor is that most key balls are left near a pocket where you can't miss them.
Right.
And that was a very missable shot.
Right.
If he really had if he really hit it hard, it hits any part of the rail going down, it bounces out. So it wasn't an ideal key ball, and that's the reason.
It was dangerous because he could make the ball, but
Scratch.
one of the balls in the rack could pop out and actually block the ball. The corner ball could come out, hit the rail, and stop that ball from going into the pocket, or he could scratch. So he's got to hit it good and be fortunate here.
Good shot. Well, he's going to have to shoot another pretty good shot, I think, no matter what he selects here. So far, the balls have not been opening up in the way Warren would have hoped they would. I think that's safe to say. So his runouts of the rack have been difficult.
He really needs to grind, though. Is Ralf at 47? And Warren only has 23?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I have it backward. I apologize.
Oh, it's okay. And Ralf shoots good to be making points from the
Yeah,
chair.
I apologize. I have to score backward. It's 47. I've been giving Ralph credit for Warren's calls. I guess Warren wouldn't appreciate that. You know, it's the new math.
Right.
All right. So, all right, and I think one thing is when you tempt the fate of pool, and you keep getting out of line enough, sooner or later it's going to catch up with you.
Right. You got to get back in line and start playing easy patterns as soon as possible. You got to be able to grind out those tough racks, but yeah, you don't want to keep doing that constantly.
And you really can't be tentative. The more out of line, sometimes you lose a little confidence and you get tentative with your shots. And the minute that starts to happen, then you're not hitting anything the way you want, and things just seem to go from bad to worse. So we'll see if Ralf can make up the deficit now of 25 balls. And for this level of play, the 100-point game is quite short. So almost at any time they're within striking distance. Well, even from the start they're within striking distance.
Right.
But when they start when you get around the 48 or 50 range, it's pretty. You really don't want to give the table back. So we know Ralf is really going to try to not let Warren shoot again.
That was real pretty how he went into those. Didn't hit him so hard where the balls went flying up table.
Yes. I think that's probably the benefit of playing a lot of straight pool.
Yep.
Which I'm sure Ralf has played a lot more straight pool than Warren. So that was a very nice shot. He used that ball that he moved up table or down table to up table to hold the cue ball. So he has a lot of options here, and he even has break balls really on both sides of the rack right at the moment. What side do you? Players always have a preference for what side they like the break ball to be on the rack. Usually it depends on whether they're right-handed or left-handed, because it's easier to reach if you're right-handed from the right-hand side, I think. Is that what you're?
I guess, right? I don't consider that too often when I play. Mainly just trying to pick my best break ball, like based on location, reference to rack. That's me, but I think right side because I'm right-handed. It's a lot easier to reach.
So here you see he's actually shooting opposite-handed. So rather than use the bridge or some other fancy way of trying to get to the ball by putting the stick behind his back,
Right.
he just shot opposite-handed. And many individuals at this level of pull are quite accurate with their opposite hand.
Yeah, I prefer doing that now if I can reach it with my left hand. Now, he was trying to get around that ball.
He was trying to get around it. He wanted to shoot it.
Yeah, that was one of his problem balls to pick off that 3 ball. And, now he's got to scramble around a little bit longer. That would open the table up nicely for him.
So you might ask, why isn't he shooting the ball that's closest to the pocket in the corner? And I suspect the reason for that is he may need that ball now, but I suspect the reason is if he can draw that back a little, then he would have to be able to shoot one of those 2 balls in the opposite corner. So there's a lot of complexity to the game that's not so readily apparent. When you're watching, you ask yourself, well, that shot was much easier. Why didn't you just shoot that shot?
Mm-hmm. Got to be more precise.
The reason is he needs it to get back on those 2 balls. He may be able to. The 3 ball might be on in terms of a combination.
A lot of guys here think straight pool is the toughest game, toughest pool game out there. Compared to 9 ball, 8 ball, 1 pocket, because you have to be precise on like if you're trying to manufacture a break ball, you have to adjust the right angle on a certain ball, or otherwise you're not going to have that same shot. Where in 9 ball you got big position zones for the most part,
and it's one game. I mean, every individual game is one game. So in straight pool, if you sit down, you may never get back up.
Right.
I mean, I'm one of the great believers that this is the toughest game for the reason you say, and also the concentration it takes to play these long games where you can't take your mind off any shot. It isn't necessarily the hard shots that you miss. There you go. That wasn't a particularly hard shot, but he was worried about where the cue ball was going and a lot of other things on his mind.
Yeah, he didn't want to have that kind of an angle. At that point in the run, you don't want a weird 45-degree angle. Usually when Ralph's going to be playing good, he's just not going to have that shot period. He's not going to put himself in that position. So he's still not quite in his straight pool rhythm yet. Either one of these guys, it's a dogfight. I think it's the toughest game. I mean, and competitively also, because it just is.
Well, it's the individuals that have high levels.
A damsel in distress here.
Yes. Wait a minute. I got the safe. Oh, here it is.
Needs help over here.
Are we talking about this?
She pretty much runs this joint, and she does a very good job at it.
Is that it? Or you need a film? Okay. Not a problem. All right. We're back in action.
Safety's a lot tougher. Like one pocket, your opponent only has one pocket that they can get a legal point in. But straight pool, they can make a ball in any pocket, so it's a lot tougher to play safe. You're limited in your even in your options on your safeties. There we go. Well, the back and forth continues, that was a good chance for Ralf to, run the set out. It could be the whole match right there. Sure. It's weird how straight pool matches go. One player can run 100 and out from the beginning, or it can go back and forth several times, and neither player gets going as much as they'd want to.
So the score is now 52 for Warren and 32 for Ralf. And here again, Warren has a good break shot and a very makeable break shot. So when you're shooting this particular break shot, Max, what are you trying to think about with the cue ball?
I'm thinking use top, go into the top ball. Actually, I gotta see. Okay, no, looks like he can go right into that, either the top ball or the second ball. And I want to find my 90-degree line, and I'm either gonna probably just use the center ball and or follow if I think I'm gonna hit the top side of one of the balls.
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And he got a good result too. Even though you may have to shoot a combination, it's a pretty easy one.
Yeah. Well, Warren better not expect to get another shot if he lets Ralf at the table. So.
Well, I think Ralf had 200 runs yet. 2 runs of 100 yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Surprised.
Right. So uncharacteristic misses, but it shows you any level of player can have an off day. Well, he isn't going to like this one bit.
I think there's an aspect of mutual respect here. Both of them don't want to give the other guy a shot. Are they both in, by the way, to the final stages?
I actually don't think so. I think Ralf may need this game.
Serious?
Yeah.
As good as he's playing in those 100-ball runs?
Well, but but that was 2 of the 4 games.
Mm-hmm. The other ones he lost?
Yeah. No, but his bracket, it may be one where, if you have 3 wins, you're still not in yet.
Right. That was me today. Even if I had beaten Mike Davis, I would not have gotten in. I was playing for just to play.
So for the fans, the way that it works is who progresses from the round robin. There's 6 people in the round robin. You play everyone once, and the top 3 individuals in 6 brackets, make it to the
or 8 brackets.
8 brackets, right? So there's 24 players who make it into the single elimination phase of the tournament. So if 2 players in a bracket are tied in terms of the number of wins, the tie-breaking method is to use which one of those players made the most balls in the games that he lost.
Which I disagree with that tiebreaker. I think the tie-breaking should be those 2 players who are tied, who won the match between them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because I played Mike Davis. Had I beaten him, I would have had 3, and he would have had 3. But actually, there would have been 3 guys with 3.
Right.
So I think it should have gone to who had the best record between the players, regardless of the ball count. And then if that's tied, then it should go to ball count. This is my opinion. I haven't even mentioned that to Peter. Just an opinion, though.
No, it's come up before.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we get but in planning for this tournament, which takes a year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the time I'm a member of a planning committee, and from the inception of of the tournament, which was 13 years ago, and from the time we leave, we start talking about what could have been better,
Right.
how to raise more money for the prize fund, the uniqueness of this tournament is 100% of what's raised goes into the prize fund, because the people who work on the tournament are just enjoy pool, and they, in a sense, just give their time so that 100% of the money can go to the players.
It's a great tournament, though.
And we have a good. The winners is 10,000. The second place is 6,000. Third place is 3,000. You have to look at the program.
So there's 2 third places tied for
There's
third.
two. There's 2 third places. And I do remember that. I think it's 12 to 18 get 900, and everybody else below that gets 625 or 650, so that they double their entry fee.
If they made the top 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've attempted to always keep the entry fees the same. The entry fees have been the same for 13 years, even though the prize fund has gone from 3,000 to the winner up to 10,000.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I mean, what good is it to beat a player if you don't get credit for it? If it comes down to a tiebreaker and it goes to the ball count, because what difference does the ball count really make? Why would that have precedence over winning a match? Because I think it means more to win a match than the ball count. You know, especially when it's trying to determine who gets to advance. You know, you're gonna have the guy who lost to the guy and go past that guy, even though they were tied in games, but he still lost to the guy who doesn't get to go forward. You know.
Wow.
Did Ralf miss?
Yes.
Well, he's
struggling here.
He's not missing like hangers. He's missing weird angled shots that he wouldn't normally leave himself. The patterns that he likes. So I think the misses are happening because of somewhat, not getting where he wants to be.
Well, and I think a factor may be that all of the tournament tables. That's not right. I don't want to say that. But most of the tables are Brunswick tables, and this table, the feature table, is a diamond table. So sometimes they're coming off playing all their games on the Brunswick, and they have to adjust to the diamond, and there is an adjustment.
Yep.
Which makes it different. The pocket angles on the diamond table are cut a little different than they are on the Brunswick, both the corner pockets and the side pockets. So it does take an adjustment, and that may be what we're seeing here. Because I know I'm pretty sure both Ralf and Warren were playing a match in Brunswick before this match. So the score is 58 to 40.
Yeah, there's a sense that you can't miss on the Brunswicks. The pockets are pretty big. Where the diamond, they're not quite as generous, I think. But they're not playing like super, super tight, but they're tighter than the Brunswicks. Well, that's where you want to be for this break shot, right in the center of the table. Ooh, nice. Robles was telling me about a player in New York back in the day when he was growing up with Kinky. I forget the guy's name, but apparently he was awesome. He'd run 300 back to back. Just amazing player. And he could pick which ball in the rack before he breaks them, which one was going to be his break ball. He'd ask you to tell him which one you want him to use as a break shot.
Oh, and he'd leave that ball.
Yeah, then he'd bust them open and he'd manufacture that ball into a break ball during the run out.
Wow.
That's pretty strong.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
So I think the deliberateness here is, since neither player is playing great, that they're just tentative about what to do next. When you're making everything that you shoot at, the layout looks easy to you, and when you're struggling with every ball, no matter what's in front of you, it looks maybe harder than it should be.
Well, if Ralf needs this one to advance, there's a lot more pressure on him than if he was already locked in. And Warren, what do you think about him? You think he's already advanced?
Well, I think rather than guess, once this rack finishes, we can ask, and then we'll be able to tell the fans.
Yeah, because that's important to know. Yeah.
In fact, if they're both locked in, then the game doesn't matter.
Right, and they're just
right. And they're just playing it out to get to the double elimination. Now, the way that it would matter is if you come out the top in your bracket, you get a bye in your first round. So that's huge. So I don't believe either of these players are in that position.
Really? Who won the bracket in their division? Or who won their bracket? I wonder.
We'll soon have that information.
Yeah.
Is Darren behind us?
I don't see him. Yeah, let me go find out right now.
Yeah. And maybe you could give the fans a lineup of who is actually out. Yeah. Yeah, or at least at least won their bracket. We know we'll be seeing them on the top group. Otherwise, you have to give 24 names. Some of the brackets have been decided already, so we can bring that to their attention. All right. Well, Warren is working his way through, and he really only has to be concerned about getting the 5 ball out, because everything else is readily pocketable. And I'm fairly certain he will leave the 9 ball as his break shot. If he can clear the 5. Now, you might be asking yourselves, why isn't he going to shoot the 10 ball? And the reason is he wants to leave that for a key ball, and he wants to get the 5 clear as soon as he can, because that's the only way he can continue his run and have all the pockets open. So now all the pockets are open, and in some fashion he's going to clear out the 9, 7, 11, and 10, and leaves the 9 ball. I guess that's the 12. 9, 7, 11, 12, and leaves the 10 ball as his key ball. So he's very comfortable from here. It's just a question now of how he wants to get position on the 10 ball, which is towards the top of the table. So he may just draw this back a little bit, have an angle on the 11 ball, and that angle will take him down table toward the ball that's near the side pocket. So there it is. All he has to do is stop the cue ball when he makes this ball, and he'll be right on the angle that he needs for the break shot on the 9 ball. So there we go. He's at 72 if my math is right. Let me make sure. So the score is Warren Kiamco 72 and Ralf Souquet 40. 32 ball deficit. But what Warren is focused on is he needs just 2 racks to win the match. Stepping to the table. Probably draw back just a little bit here. Trade the drill so the side rail opens the balls nicely. Just looking at his layout. I think what he's giving so much thought to is what he's going to use to go back into the cluster in the center of the table. I would be very surprised if he used any of these balls that are loose near the pockets. I don't see that because if he uses any of that, the ball he just shot or the ball he's going to shoot now, he does take a chance on getting stuck. He could run this down softly and maybe bump a few balls a little bit, but I don't think he's going to do that either. I think he's going to delay, and what he was trying to do was get an angle on that ball that's by the rack and loose, which is the 10 ball. And if the cue ball had been another inch toward the closest corner pocket, he would be able to go into the balls very nicely. Now he may have that angle, and I just may not be able to see it. If he has that angle, he is certainly going to go into the cluster now. So he was a bit off angle. And I'm not sure why he shot that ball, since it was the easiest ball to break that cluster with, and still plenty of time to get to it. So I am somewhat puzzled by that. In any event, he may actually shoot the 12 now and go into the cluster, which is the shot he's taking. And they are open. He's going to have to make a long shot here, but these are, whether he decides to shoot the 7 or the 9, they're both relatively easy shots. So you may ask yourself, why is he taking a ball that he has to cut a little bit, as opposed to the 9 ball, which was straight in, even though they were both long shots? Why would he take the cut shot over a straight in shot? And the difference is, if he hits the cut shot with a speed that's called pocket speed, even if it touches the rail a little bit, it will roll into the pocket. If he hits the straight shot a little off, it's not going to go in the pocket. So the shots with a little angle are actually somewhat easier to make than the long straight in shots.
Sounds pretty cool. I just found out both these guys have 3 wins. And Mario, he has 4 wins in their group.
Oh, so this game.
But he also has a -2. So one of these guys is going to win 4 and tie Mario. At which point it would come to a head-to-head decision. That's because as Peter said, that you guys base it on head-to-head. If there's a tie of 2 players, it's whoever won the match between them that would be at a higher rank.
Oh, so you're happier now.
Well, yeah, I guess 3 players, they go by ball count if there's 3 tied players.
Okay.
Yeah. So whoever wins this.
Yeah, it's 3. It has to be
probably
3 for the ball count. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
I didn't see Mario lost you, so sorry I didn't get all the proper information.
We're
Megan was
miles ahead of where we were.
Yeah. So it looks like they're both in.
So they're and well, one of them could be first in his bracket.
Yeah.
And I think there is extra money for being first in your bracket. I think it's an extra $300.
It might be Ralph. If Ralph ran the 100 on Mario because Mario was negative on his loss. I just didn't see who it was. It might have been Mario though. If Ralph ran 100 on Mario.
But doesn't he? If he loses this game, he's going to have only 3 wins, right?
Yeah.
And then Warren and Mario would both have 4 wins.
Yeah. So Mario would probably win. If Souquet was the guy who beat Mario and not Warren.
So Warren is very close to winning this match. He does not have to have a break shot in the next rack, which is always a big advantage. He has to make 14 of the 15 balls, leaving 1 on the table, and he will be the victor.
So Mario's rooting for Warren so that he can win the group. So if Ralph loses, that means he does not get a bye. If he was in fact the guy who beat Mario. And now the guys who get a bye, do they get a bye into tomorrow, or do they just get a bye for a later match tonight?
I think it's a first round bye. I don't think it matters what time it's played.
I'm just wondering how many rounds go tonight.
That I can't.
2 rounds maybe?
Yeah, 2 rounds. So they'll get a bye in the first round. Have to play anyway.
Yeah.
So at this stage of the game, when you know you need just the rack to get out, what are you thinking about? Are you any more nervous? Are you any more, So he's not going to get out this rack.
Really, at that point, it didn't matter. The main thing is you're trying to get a good break and you can get into the rack, which he didn't get. So
no, he's had trouble opening the balls all the way through the match. So I can't say I'm totally surprised to see him stuck on the side of the rack here, which is very easy to do with that break shot.
That's why, Thorson probably would have drawn off that rack right up to the end rail.
Yes, because if you go forward, you really have a big risk of scratching.
Right.
So that's why Warren just tried to pound them enough to knock a few out, and hopefully get a shot, but he didn't. So he's going to put Ralph back at the table.
Yep. Could be deadly. Looks like a 1 pocket break right here.
So it looks like he's going to try and push down table so he doesn't have to take a foul. And that's what he did.
Safety.
So he didn't want to take an intentional foul, so he made a legal safety. because the legal safety, you have to hit an object ball in the cue ball, or the object ball has to hit the rail. So in that case, he hit the object ball, slid down, and hit the back rail, and it came up a little bit to the side rail.
Ralph taking another break, huh?
So Ralph's now taking a break.
Let's do or die. Gotta make that 7 ball. And get a shot. Potential to scratch here off the 9 ball on the side. Or he could use a little inside, just a little bit. Go into the 9 full. Probably end up with a shot. Or go back and forth, miss the 9, end up near that rail, that same rail where the 7 is, and then cut the 15 in.
You think he might take a scratch?
I doubt it because he's got a shot. And if he takes a scratch, he gets in a safety battle, he could lose the safety battle and not even get a shot.
Well, right.
But he's got a decent shot here.
Would he be thinking that if obviously neither player wants to go on 3 fouls in a row, because at that point you lose 15 points and the balls are re-racked, so you have a whole different situation. But if he takes 2 scratches and Warren takes 2 scratches, Warren would be at 84, which means he couldn't get out this rack, and he'd have to go into the next rack. So I don't know. I mean, that would cross my mind with the level of people that I play, because we wouldn't be getting out in this rack anyway. But I don't know. I doubt that that's going to be a factor in what these guys are thinking. What do you think Warren or Ralf is thinking?
How about that 11 ball? Do you think that goes between the 9 and 5? If it does,
he's going to shoot it.
Yeah, and then follow into those balls.
Yeah.
Still not guaranteed a shot because he's going in at a glancing angle off the 8. He could potentially scratch, although probably not. Probably wouldn't hit it that hard.
Is it safe to say, Max, at this level of play, if you're 50% to make the shot and 50% to miss it, you're going to take the shot rather than try and play the safe?
Safe to say, 50% on a safe. Yeah, if the safe is only 50.
It's a difficult safe. I mean, not an easy safe, but the safe here is going to be hard, because if he knocks anything a little bit too hard, he's going to leave shots all over the table. So in this situation, if he feels he's 50-50 to make the shot, he's probably going to shoot it, right?
50-50 to make the shot is different than 50-50 to make the shot and 50-50 to hit the safe. Right?
Yeah. So if it's 50-50 to hit the safe and 50-50 to make the shot,
then the shot sounds good. But if you have a safe that's like 90 or 100%.
Oh, yeah, then you play the safe.
And a 50% shot, yeah. Ralph's going to study everything, though. Triple combo. He's looking for like a 90% shot. That would be quite a shot here. Wow. This is like a dot-to-dot shot.
Well, I guess I've seen Ralf play for 25 years now, and he's not in a panic. I don't see where he's in a panic here. He's used to this kind of pressure, and he knows, he'll either win the game or lose the game, and then it happens all the time. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose.
He made that ball in the corner.
He's shooting the 7 ball in the corner. And made it.
Which is that one?
So, for as good a shot as that was, he may or may not have another one. And that was a very good shot under pressure.
Remember what I said about not getting a shot, even if he makes that 7?
Yes. I see.
There's no guarantee of a shot there.
Yeah.
Which is brutal about straight pool. You see all these open balls, but you'd be surprised how often you don't get a shot on one of the many open balls. If you're, I'm not even necessarily careless, but even just trying to get a shot, it's easy not to get one.
Yes, he only had one Kenny had one way to hit that ball, and it had to be pretty solid. So the cue ball was going to roll, and if he got lucky,
Right.
it might have rolled a little bit less. He's apparently trying this. Oh, he made it. Very good shot. Combination. So he's now shooting the results of the combination, which he looks good from here. I would say. That was a very good. That was two very good shots he made to get in this position. And he is shooting opposite handed again, so obviously he's comfortable with that.
You gotta make Ralph the favorite at this point, right now, because he's at the table. Just made two good shots. He's got an open chance, open rack here. Given up the table plenty of times. And Ralph doesn't want to go down. But there he is, straight in on another ball. So it doesn't always matter what you want, it's what you what you execute. And, but I like someone told me last week at the straight pool, one of the amateurs at the tournament said, doesn't matter the score, if you're at the table, you're the favorite.
Yes.
Right?
No, I think that's true. I mean, a 60 ball run is probably something he's done 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to spin out and use the one ball as his break shot if he got the angle. He made a good shot on that with the draw, but may have gone just a little bit too straight. But it looks like he has a little bit of angle. Yeah, it does. It does. So if he has a little bit of angle, he'll try and nudge the cluster and get a shot. Would you actually be thinking about what you're trying to knock out here, Max?
Yeah. I'd be looking at what side of the ball I'm going into, what that's going to do, where the cue ball's going. Try to imagine where each ball goes.
I expect that'll be a forceful shot. So he actually hit that great and got a little bit of a bad bounce out of it. If the 10 ball wasn't there, he would be out towards the center of the table with lots of shots. But things don't always turn out the way we hope they will.
This game is so wacky. Yeah.
I mean, yes. A few rolls, an inch here or there on a few shots is a lot of difference. He's got the 9 in the corner, which is a difficult shot. And I believe the 11 is the 11 over the pocket, or is it on the rail?
Looks like it's on the rail.
So he's also. It doesn't even look like he's considering the shot that I might shoot. The bank.
Yeah, the bank. The 10 ball bank.
Yeah.
I think he might shoot it.
Yeah, bank the 10 ball back to the pocket where he's standing now. That's a shot he's relatively comfortable with, I think. It's a little, the angle cutting it backwards is a little bit wider than he'd like, but it's still a makeable shot.
That's one of the weird things about going back and forth from Diamond to Brunswick. The banks change significantly. So you got to be very calculated in how you aim this.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I've not heard that point made before, but
see how it went so short compared to the Brunswick?
Yeah.
Right straight across, didn't even go near the pocket.
Yep, that's exactly right. So he took his chances, and Warren gets back to the table.
It almost looked like he was playing a bank combo. It went so short. But I don't think he was. That's more of a trick shot, one pocket shot.
Yeah, I think he was trying to bank it straight.
Right? That's a huge factor playing back and forth Diamond to Brunswick's.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So the long and short of that point is the equipment changes the angle of the bank, and that bank on a Brunswick may have gone or been a lot closer
Right.
than what it ended up here.
Right. Yep. It's like playing on two golf courses in the same round.
So Warren, he did exactly what he wanted to do there. He wanted to bump that ball off the rail because it was in a difficult position to make it in any pocket. And he did a very good job of it. He now has it. He can use it, which he will, to go down table and get position on the remaining balls at the bottom of the table.
Just picking these balls off. He's got the eight ball in nice position for
A break shot.
break shot. And
Yeah, he'll be.
in the game.
Yeah. I think he'll be around 94 if he clears these out. He's not happy about something.
I know, right?
I'm not sure what it is, but I can't imagine what it is.
Maybe get up on that 9.
Oh, shoot the 9 in the side and then draw back a little bit for the.
Or draw back, maybe want to draw back more for the 9 in the corner. But he doesn't like either way. Now he's got a weird angle. Now he's going to play shape for it.
Yeah, he's going to play shape off the side rail, I think,
Yeah.
and shoot it in the top corner pocket. So,
That was good.
what you do about what?
Right?
Yeah. I mean, seems as good a pattern as any, actually. And I'm not sure a way to get the angle on the break shot. Okay, so
Straight in.
they haven't put. Ralf made some balls on the other shot. They need to put them up.
Well, all game's coming down to this break shot. At the moment, anyway. Assuming
So,
if he makes it, he
score
wins.
is
If he loses, Ralph might run out 60.
94. Warren Kiamco. And 46.
This is like playing Wimbledon and the U.S. Open side by side. You got to jump from the grass court to the concrete court, back and forth in the same tournament. It's just weird, and that's professional pool these days. You know, you never know what you're going to get. As great a tournament as this is, it's not like perfect yet, but it's the best. Still a great tournament. I mean, it's the best straight pool tournament right now in the world. Strongest field, biggest money. The equipment's real nice. It's just different tables that you got to play on. But it's a great room anyway.
Great room, great food,
Yep. Great players.
and we have many
Great
other.
staff.
We have many other
Great
long.
commentators.
Yeah, great commentators. And we have many other long-term sponsors. Aside from Diamond Billiards itself, we have been supported for a long time by Simonis. Cloth has been with it since the beginning for 13 years, added more money every year to the tournament. We have Camille. And Lacoste cues. And before this match ends, we have to say that I have to say that in my experience taking pool lessons from a number of top players. That Max Eberly is one of the finest teachers that I've ever really had in the game. He really understands the game. He explains it very well to you. So if you're interested in private lessons, look Max up. You got a website, Max?
Yeah, poolmastery.com to get all my stuff real cheap, or maxeberly.com to get a hold of me. Thanks.
Poolmastery.com or maxeberly.com to get a hold of Max.
Thank you.
And I would be remiss in saying I bought a set of the tapes made by Max and Corey Deuel. Corey actually commentates, but Max was involved, right? The pool lesson tape, the set of 4 tapes. It was
Mine? Powerful Pool? Or Corey's tapes? Corey's DVD. I did the editing.
That, and
Alvin Nelson filmed them. I edited them, and Corey did all the teaching. It's a great set of DVDs. I mean, Corey's
great set of DVDs.
Really good teacher he is.
And Max has a number of DVDs himself. So go to his website and you'll find all you need.
Thanks, man. And thanks to my sponsor too, Mayuchi Q's and 7ballrun.com. The new game coming out this November, December is going to be maybe the biggest thing pool's ever seen. The number 7, 7ballrun.com.
All right, well, that wraps this match up.